係有機會可能你想再聽清楚啲、仔細啲，咁我錄低咗，你哋就可以自己再聽啦嚇。Okay, so I will start recording because just in case you want to have some revision of the lesson, okay? So you can watch the video again, okay? So first of all, you will looking at the Moodle. You will see that there's a module here, which is DDM4041, Motion and Performance, okay? So you need to enter the course and you will see the link, okay, in the Teams and also the lesson, the first lesson link. Okay, so first of all, we can looking at the timetable as just what I mentioned about the timetable. Today is, sorry, I mark it as week 1, but actually today is week 3, okay? But it doesn't matter, which means the first week, okay? The first week, we have 2 lessons, okay? Both are conducted by me, okay? But after this week, you will have coming 5 more weeks, starting from week 2, week 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. You will find that there's another module lecturer will teach you something. Actually, he's teaching you about acting. Okay, I'm not asking you to become an actor or actress, but because when we're working on the animation, sometimes you will act like your character. You will take some reference video. Okay, so we have got 5 lessons and teach you how to act. Okay, so but that is not my part. Okay, so this another teacher, he will teach you how to act. Okay, so you will see that one lesson is about the acting and the other lesson is my lesson. Okay, I will apply what you have learned about acting and you need to further work for the animation. Okay, so you can see this is the arrangement for the first few weeks. Okay, 咁你留意翻啦，呢個咧就係我諗大家睇時間表都會見到噶啦。咁我哋堂咧好得意嘅，今個禮拜即係嗱，雖然我寫 week one 啦，因為我都唔知道大家即係去到 week three 先開始上第一堂啦，係咪？咁所以我照寫 week one 啦，但係唔緊要啦，大家明噶啦。咁我哋今日咧就會即係今個星期啦，我哋有2堂啦。頭先講咗今日1堂，星期4 1堂啦。跟住下個禮拜開始咧，就有1堂咧，就唔係我教嘅喎。你睇翻時間表都唔，你留意翻個上堂時間咧，同今日都會有啲唔同嘅喎，即係由同今個星期嘅有啲唔同嘅。頭嗰6個禮拜係有啲古怪嘅，所以自己要小心啲留意。咁點解會有呢個安排咧？因為咧，我哋由第2個 week 開始咧，至到第6個 week 咧，其實我哋有一半咧係大家要去學一啲演戲，係啦，就學啲演技，係啦。咁我當然唔係要訓練大家做大明星咁樣啦，但係咧，因為我哋要做 animation 啊嘛，咁其實我哋做 animation 嘅時候咧，我哋好多時要自己做一次啲動作啊。即係例如我想要個角色佢好哀傷咁坐喺條樓梯度，喺度等緊佢嘅朋友翻嚟。舉例，咁其實你唔係怎整個公仔坐喺度噶嘛？你仲要表達佢嘅身體語言，佢肢體語言點樣話俾我聽，佢好唔開心。咁其實呢啲都係 acting 嚟嘅嘛。咁我哋就會有另一位老師咧，專業地教你哋咧點去做啲演戲啦。咁到你哋將來做 animation 嘅時候咧，就會清楚啲啦。我點樣去諗個動作咧？點去設計嘅動作咧？所以咧，由下個禮拜開始咧，有一堂就係我教嘅，另一堂咧就係另一位老師教嘅，所以就要留意時間表咯喎。咁我哋就會有5個星期會係咁樣嘅。咁你見到點解我冇寫到第7week 7 week 8 week 9啊？係咪代表冇堂咧？唔係，係有堂嘅，不過就正常全部係我上返咯。咁我就唔特別 mention 啦。So you will find that some of the difference, okay, in the timetable starting from next week, okay, because in this week you will have 2 lessons, okay, the motion and performance. You see that both are conducted by me, but starting from next week, okay, you will find that the timetable have a bit of change, okay, not a change, but it's different from this week, okay. you will find that there's another lesson, okay? Actually, it's talking about the acting, okay? So just beware, okay? Please double check with the timetable, okay? Just in case. And then after week number 6, okay? Week 6, okay? After 5 acting lesson, okay? And then you will go back to the motion design, okay, which is conducted by me, okay? So this is just a reminder for you, okay, just in case, okay。咁你見到啲notes 啊、啲功課啊嗰啲我都擺晒喺度噶啦，咁你哋自己有興趣可以喺呢度 download 翻落嚟啦。不過我都會等陣間都會解釋下嘅。Okay, so actually I have already uploaded the project brief, and also today I've got some notes. Okay, I will put it in Moodle after the lesson. Okay，咁第一堂都一樣有 notes 嘅，咁但係我就會完咗今堂我先至會 upload 入去嘅，咁所以你而家暫時就見佢唔到住啦。咁唔緊要嘅，完咗今堂我就會放上去噶啦。咁呢個時候咧就當然係轉翻去個碌屎度啦，係咪？咁啊，等我要開咗佢先，係啦，跟住開咗，跟住講解下啲功課係啲咩嘢啦。Okay, so now I'm going to switch back to the PowerPoint things, okay, and I will also explain about the assignment. 好啦，咁我哋時間一轉咧，我哋就轉咗去今日嘅 notes 度先啦。係啦，咁首先今日講啲咩嘢咧？咁今日第一堂啊嘛，除咗頭先講下課堂嘅安排之外咧，咁就梗係講下有咩功課啦，咁等你有個概念係做啲咩先啦。So today is the first lesson. I've just talking about the class arrangement, okay? And I will also talking about the project, okay, which is your assignment, okay? What you're going to learn and what you're going to submit in this module, okay? So I will explain in detail one by one. 咁講完啲功課啦，咁我哋就會開始今日嘅第一個內容啦。咁就講一啲叫 rotoscoping 嘅嘢。咁 rotoscoping 係咩嚟嘅咧？就係用翻頭先我講啦，你好多時候我哋做 animation 咧，我哋係需要拍一啲 reference 嘅。係啦，拍咗啲 reference 咧先至會做嘅，就唔係話我隨便做，我就求其開個電腦啦，攞塊蛙冚啦，咁就開始做，唔係嘅。我哋都會拍一啲 reference 去做。咁我講下啲少少一啲即係歷史啦，究竟啲咩人即係發明啲咁嘅嘢出嚟咧？咁有咩作用咧？咁我就會俾啲你睇啦。So after I'm talking about the projects, okay, and then I will focus on a new terms for you, which is called rotoscoping. Rotoscoping actually is developed for many, many years. I think it's developed over 100 years, okay? And the people, okay, they try to use to produce an animation, but they try to capture some reference video so that they can produce a better animation. So I will show you some of the history, okay, how they do it and what are the sample, okay. So I will share that with you. 係啦，咁跟住咧，我哋就呢啲唔講啦，學乜嘢？但係等你見到做咩功課，你就知道會學咩㗎啦呢科。Okay, I don't go through it this one by one because actually this module mainly focus on the motion design. Okay, I won't explain it, go through it one by one. Okay, so but you can read it by yourself later. Okay, because it's I will upload it in Moodle. Okay, so first of all, I'm talking about the projects. assignment， 咁第一 part 我就會講功課啦，係啦，咁但係講之前咧，我都想等你哋了解咧，我哋3班咧嘅分工啊。係啦，咁可能大家都明白啦，我哋而家有3班同學仔啦，有 A1 啦、A2 啦同埋 A3 嘅同學仔啦。咁呢3班嘅同學仔佢哋你哋互相為你學咗嘅嘢又點樣用喺你個 final year project 裏面咧？咁可能大家都會唔了解啦。咁不如我就開即係一個咁樣嘅 table 俾你去解釋下啦。究竟你3班嘅同學仔究竟互相點樣去合作完成你嘅 final year project 咧？其實呢一科嘅功課咧，主要都係圍繞住你嘅 final year year project 啦，即係去設計嘅。其實係啦，咁希望等你哋咧做 final year project 嘅時候咧，咁你都要識一啲嘢，你先至可以做 final year project 噶嘛。咁等你哋互相了解一下先嘅。So you will know that we got 3 classes, okay, in the animation, okay. One is 2A1, which is you. Okay, you are studying the art direction. You study a lot of things about the character design, the scene design, concept arts. Okay, and the second group of students, they are studying in animation. They mainly focus on Maya. Okay, so they're doing some 3D modeling. And the last group, they are focused on the visual effects. Okay, so you are so curious about how you work together, how to make an animation as your final year project, and how you cooperate with each other. So this is a whole picture, an overview for you to understand what you're going to learn in this module and what they are good, what other things your classmates will learn in other classes, okay? So that you will know how you cooperate with them better, okay? For the purple one, okay, the one in the purple actually is you, okay? What you're going to learn in this module is this. Okay, a lot of things, right? Rotoscoping, motion design, about acting, staging of the character, the body language, the lip sync, the puppet animation. Okay, you will all learn this in this module. Okay，咁紫色呢部分咧係你哋嚟嘅，係啦。咁你哋會學咩咧？喺呢科就係學我呢度 list 咗出嚟嘅嘢啦，包括頭先講嘅 rotoscoping 啦，唔好問我中文係咩咧，咪冇中文嘅，sorry 啊。咁跟住設計動作啦，一啲少少演技嘅嘢啦，點樣去即係用身體語言去肢體語言去講故事啦，有陣時夾嘴型啦，係咪都同個角色動作上有關係嘅嘢嘅？係咪？我唔理你個角色係動物定人定怪獸定機械人啦，係咪？但係都係同一隻角色嘅動態有關係嘅，咁你哋就會喺呢一課裏面學啦。For the animation student, which is 2A2, okay, actually they also learn about the character motion, but they will learn in Maya, okay. But you will learn the character motion, but you will draw on the paper, okay. So that is the difference, okay. 咁你會見到中間呢欄咧就係2A2嘅同學仔會學嘅嘢啦。咁佢同你哋好似嘅。佢都會學 lip sync，即係夾嘴型 lip sync 啦。佢都會學身體語言，佢哋都有 acting 嘅堂嘅，但係就冇你哋咁多嘅，係啦。咁佢哋都好似都係學緊啲 character 嘅動態，但係咧佢哋就集中於喺 Maya 裏面去運用啦。點樣去喺 Maya 裏面做到個人識喐咧？點樣喺用個 Maya 裏面用肢體語言去講故事咧？咁佢哋就集中於喺 Maya 裏面度做。咁你哋咧就係手畫出嚟啦。同樣你哋都可以 design 個動作，但係你就冇 Maya 啊嘛，係咪？咁所以你就要畫佢出嚟啦。你識得畫個身體語言出嚟啦，個肢體點擺你要畫佢出嚟啦。咁所以點解你成 two 嘅時候有學過 figure drawing 啊等等？因為你都要明白啊，我哋個結構人體結構你先可以畫㗎嘛，係咪？跟住綠色呢一欄咧就係visual effects 嘅同學仔會學嘅嘢啦，佢哋就會主要學 lighting、texturing 啦，咁嘅即係例如好似佢哋起咗間屋咁，間屋咁可能有啲木紋磚牆。草地有草嘅質感，咁佢哋就會學啦。咁變咗3樣嘢咧，合埋咧，咪就係你哋其實某程度上 FYP 要嘅嘢咯，係咪？So for the green column, okay, actually is what they will learn for the visual effects student. Okay, they will learn about the Maya. Learning how to using lighting and also the texturing. For example, they will create a house, okay, and then they need some wood texture or some brick texture, okay. They need to know how to create the texture and how they apply in a 3D model. Okay, so that is what they're going to learn. Okay, so you can see that how you work together. Okay, so you mainly focus on design of the character motion, okay, and then the middle one, okay, 2A2, they were working on how to execute a Maya, Okay, and then the character is, if you know that in Maya, they're just in gray color. Okay, so the people who study in visual effects, they need to add the color, apply the texture to the character also. 係啦，咁好啦，我哋講下啲功課先啦。咁其實啲功課咧，喺某一啲同學身上咧都聽過部分少少噶啦。因為咧有啲跟我翻呢一 project 嗰啲咧，其實我已經講嘅少少噶啦。咁咧就係如果係做 2D 夾 3D，即係 2D 人物 3D 景嗰啲組別咧，其實咧佢哋係會做一啲叫 key pose 嘅嘢。係啦，咁我哋就喺呢一科裏面去做啦。咁你見到我哋第一份功課咧，就係叫 acting and rotoscoping。我咧就要你嚟做一啲 research 啦，即係舉例，可能你設計嗰個角色係一個好懦弱嘅角色嚟嘅，好怕醜嘅，即係樣樣都好驚青嘅，即係好怕事嘅一個角色。咁可能咧，你就要揾啦，一個好驚青、好怕醜、好怕事嘅人。佢要去打開一棟門，你想象一下，佢去打開一棟門，佢會點打開啊？佢應該同一個普通人打開嘅方法唔同嘅。你試想下，佢好驚啊嘛，門後面有啲咩啊？佢唔知噶嘛，佢可能好戰戰兢兢咁想打開，又唔想打開嘅狀態，猶豫不決咁去開門噶嘛。啱唔啱啊？所以咧，其實你發覺可能喺你畫 animatic 嘅時候，或者畫 storyboard 嘅時候咧，其實你未必諗到咁仔細喺個動作上，你點去設計？你會知道個角色去開門，但係你唔知究竟我哋用咩肢體語言，用乜嘢嘅動作先表達到佢嘅性格係好緊張、好驚、好怕事咧？咁我哋就呢一科要做啦。咁但係我哋點知一個好驚、好怕醜、好怕事嘅人係點開門咧？除非你係嘅啫，係咪？如果你本身唔係呢個性格嘅人，其實你唔知佢一個好勇敢嘅角色，同一個好懦弱嘅角色，你唔知佢係點開門嘅喎。原來兩個人開門嘅方法又一樣又未定，係咪？兩個開門嘅方法好唔一樣又未定，咁你點知咧？咁最好嘅方法係咩啊？揾 research 咯。例如點揾啊？可能我哋上網啦，你會唔會聯想到一啲動畫或者一啲電影啦？有冇啲角色？你覺得呢個好懦弱、好怕事、好怕醜嘅角色就係某套動畫或者某套電影嘅角色，佢就係咁樣嘅性格噶啦。咁你就去 study 下佢哋嗰啲角色係點樣去做嘢嘅咯，即係例如佢點樣行路啊，點樣去開門啊，或者點樣去即係就算好嬲啊，可能呢個好怕事嘅人嬲都可能嬲得好細聲嘅喎，即係佢唔會大聲咆哮嘅喎，你諗下係咪？即係你就可以去 study 呢啲嘢，咁然之後咧，到你設計你嘅角色嘅時候咧，你就可以掌握得好啦。So, for the first assignment, actually we're talking about taking some rotoscoping video, which is a reference video. Okay, for example, maybe in your animation, maybe your animation is about a very shy character. Okay, he's afraid of a lot of things. Okay, they're afraid of the people, they're afraid of crowd. Okay, or they may be afraid of a lot of things. Okay, so maybe you want to produce an animation of this character, and this character try to open a door. This is just for example. Okay, so when you're working on this, you are not just animate a character to open the door, because if we are two different people, we have two different personality. We should have two different ways to open the door. For example, if I'm very shy, maybe I'm so worried about what is behind the door. We don't know what inside the room, okay, what is behind the door. Maybe we are not willing to open the door. So maybe you want to show me maybe my facial expression. I'm so nervous. I'm sweating. Okay, I'm walking around and I don't know whether I should open the door or not. Okay, so that is the body language. That is the gesture. Okay, that gesture can show the personality of the character. Okay, so that is very important. It's different from a guy. Maybe he's so brave. If he also need to open the door, they will do different action, right, to open the door. Okay, maybe he will open the door very quickly. Okay, because he's so brave. He's not afraid of anything. Okay, so brave. So that is very important. So what you're going to do in this assignment is, firstly, you need to do some of the research before you taking the reference video. For example, you're going to animate a character who is very shy, but maybe you don't know what a shy character will do. Okay, so maybe you can recall some of your memory when you watch some animation. Can you recall any character who is also very shy? Okay, so maybe you can when you can recall some of your some of the character, and then you can look at the animation or the motion or the movement of that character and study. Okay, how to show this character is shy. Okay, for example, maybe your character is a blind character. He cannot see. Okay, how can we animate this character? Maybe you can using a cloth to cover your eyes, or maybe you can look at maybe you can observe the people on the street who cannot see. Okay, whatever. Okay, but what you need is you need to do some research. Okay, you cannot just imagine. Okay, because sometimes maybe our imagination is wrong because we didn't observe enough. Okay, so in this assignment, actually for most of the assignment, I also need you to do the research. Okay, for example, you want to animate a very shy character, you need to show me some of the video. I can easily tell this is a shy character, and then I will see what is the gesture, what is the body language, and I can tell he's shy. Okay, after you show me the reference, and then you can capture some reference video. You can pretend you are the shy character, and then you can act like him. Okay, so that's why you need to learn acting. 咁例如好似我先舉咗個例子啦，就係、即係頭先我講怕醜啦。咁呢個就比較因為係關於性格嘅問題。咁你諗下啦，如果即係咁啱你咁啱今年冇 FYP 係做呢一類故仔啦，咁如果你諗下，如果你嘅故仔係講關於一個盲人，咁你諗下啦，咁我盲人喎，我點去 animate 一個盲人咧？咁當然啦，我就建議你梗係參考下啲片啦。你有冇見到啲片係個角色唔一定動畫㗎嚇，電影都得㗎。因為有啲演員好叻㗎嘛，係咪？咁佢真係演活咗個角色啊！你真係睇得出佢真係 show 到俾你睇啊！真係盲人咧就會咁㗎喎，咁樣。咁你可以係參考啲啦，或者你可以自己蒙住自己嘅眼咯。你試下。即係如果盲人嘅話，佢點做咧？係咪你感受下一下佢，跟住你咪可以試下演佢咯。跟住你咪可以拍一啲 reference 嘅片咯，等你可以做功課咯。所以點解你哋要學 acting 嘅原因咧，就係、你哋係除咗要 observe 觀察，你仲識得去點樣去諗個動作、設計個動作。觀眾唔係我哋老師，我哋唔係由好多個 Sam 之前同你一齊接觸個 final year project 㗎。一個普通嘅觀眾咧，佢只係睇咗你條片一次，咁所以咧，你一定要個故事啊、動作啊好清楚，咁觀眾睇一次咧，先至會明咯。你唔同我哋睇好多次，你就算動作唔清楚，我哋應該都仲知你個故仔講乜啦嘛。咁其實咁真係唔好啦。因為唔客觀啊嘛，所以我哋最好嘅諗法就係諗觀眾啦，因為觀眾唔會睇第二次嘅，除非你條片好好睇嘅啫，否則佢第一次睇完唔好睇，佢就永遠都唔會再睇噶啦，係咪？所以你一定要好清晰嘅。咁所以第一份功課咧，我要你哋咧就去揾一啲 research 啦。首先你點樣去做咧？就係、你喺你個 animatic， 你個 final year project 咧，咁你咪有條 animatic嘅片嘅，咁可能係好幾分鐘啦。咁跟住咧，我就要你咧喺個 final year project 嘅 animatic 裏面咧揀最重要嘅高潮部分。咁我大約估算啦，30秒左右嘅長度嘅片啦。咁然之後就 base on 呢一條片咧，就係、拍翻個 reference 出嚟啦。咁拍之前就要揾 reference 嘅。 咁可能引申到有啲同學仔話：誒，我做 ADS 嘅喎，我 final year project，或者有啲同學做 virtual set 嘅喎，或者有啲同學做啲其他嘅virtual idol，即係 virtual idol 嗰啲 project 喎。咁佢做咩功課啊？咁我就會俾片你做，我就會俾一條。即係以前嘅同學仔嘅一啲 animatic，你照樣學翻你而家呢一科學嘅嘢，照樣做一次，只不過嗰個就唔係你哋自己 final year project 啫。Okay, so for the first assignment, actually, it's about the final year project, as I just mentioned. Okay, because your final year project is about maybe 3 minutes. Okay, so I will ask you select the climax sequence. I will think it is about 30 seconds. Okay, so you will, based on the 30 seconds of the climax sequence, you will start thinking about the research, rotoscoping, and design the motion of the character in that climax sequence. Okay, and think about the motion. Okay, but I know some of you are working on the virtual idol or a virtual set or other special project. Okay, so you will not have an animation, you don't have an animatic, right? Oh, if you are working on some special projects, I will provide you an animatics, okay, which is done by some of our graduates. You will still need to apply what you learned in this module, for example, the rotoscoping, acting, drawing the key pose, and you also need to apply all this in your assignment based on I provided animatic, okay? 咁可能講嘢大輪你都唔知啊，即係畫乜啊，即係教乜啊？咁最好嘅方法咧，我就梗係俾例子你哋睇啦。So maybe after few 10 minutes, you still don't understand what you're going to do, okay? So I'm going to show you some of the sample, okay? And then you will know what you're going to do, okay? So wait for a second. I'm going to share some of the video with you. Okay, now I'm switching the screen into the video. Wait, oops. Okay, so I don't know why what happened to my computer today. Sometimes I cannot share. Okay, no worry, I can share in this way. 咁唔緊要，佢今日我部電腦係有啲怪，唔知點解 share 得。好，咁你而家見到呢條片嘅，咁呢條片咧就係我哋以前嘅同學仔，其實上年嘅FYP 嚟嘅，係啦，咁嘅一條 animation 啦。咁呢個咧就係佢條 rotoscoping 嘅片嚟嘅，咁即係個 reference 嚟嘅，咁你可以睇下先啦。我等陣再解釋。So actually, you will see this is the rotoscoping video done by our student. Actually, this is the final year project of last year. The animation is called Chase. Okay, so you can see that actually this character is chased by a dog, a monster dog. Okay, so he's running away, and they find something on the floor. He's so scared. Okay, so he run away again. So that is the climax sequence. Okay, so that is 30 seconds. 咁你見到已經34秒啦。咁咧呢個就係個 rotoscoping 嘅片啦。So that is the rotoscoping video. You can see that the character, you need to act like your character. Okay, you try to imagine of course, you may not have the same situation. Okay, for example, you can see the whole video actually is shot in Hong Kong DI, right? Using the corridor or something, the staircase. Okay, but they try to imagine they are chased by a dog and they need to act very scared and running away. Okay, so that is the rotoscoping video because you need to reference to the timing. and also the motion of the character so that you can draw in your animation and show it in your animation。咁你見到呢個咧就係、上年同學仔做嘅作品啦。咁你見到咧，其實佢而家就即係其實佢雖然係一個學校範圍，但係其實佢故事唔係一個學校範圍㗎，其實咁但係冇關係嘅，佢純粹借用翻嗰個狀況嘅啫，佢就係純粹個主角俾隻狗追嘅，咁佢追唔同嘅情況啦，佢就嗱回望啦，隻狗追到尾啊，跟住哇呢個就係佢嘅 PV shot 啦嘛，跑，咁佢就扮佢自己好似俾狗追咯。跟住見到前面有啲嘢啦，好驚啦，係咪？跟住佢喺度褪後啦，即係佢扮好似即係見到前面有啲嘢，佢所以褪後嘅。咁其實你知你見到冇嘢㗎嘛喺地下，但係佢要做到好似有嘢，所以佢褪後咯。咁呢個就係 rotoscoping 或者 acting 你要做嘅嘢咯。咁拍完呢條片嗱有咩用啊？ So once you're finished, okay, you shoot this video. What you're going to do next? Okay, so I'm showing it to you. 係啦，咁我又再 show 俾你睇啦。咁佢哋做完頭先嗰條片，咁攞嚟做乜嘅咧？有咩用嘅咧？Okay, so this is the once you got the rotoscoping video, and then you need to design the motion. Okay, so that is the motion. So you can see that actually just the environment is like this. Okay, he's chasing by a monster dog, run away, and jump off the staircase. Okay, you can see that in the video, right? So you can see that actually they are not draw all the animations frame by frame because this is just the key pose. Okay, I will explain the key pose later. Okay, so that's why you saw the animation. The animation seems not very smooth. Okay, because that is just the key pose. 咁你見到個動作上咧，唔係好似即係好似窒格咁樣㗎，即係佢係。即係得啲交換腳啊，好似唔夠格，咁係咁嘅，因為咧呢一個唔係完整嘅 animation，呢個只係個 key pose 嚟嘅啫，係啦，即係將嗰個動作咧最重要嘅 pose 咧畫出嚟就已經好夠噶啦。咁我哋過多幾堂咧，我會再講多少少 key pose 嘅嘢嘅，係啦，咁但係其實呢個已經係你哋第一份功課需要交嘅嘢嚟㗎啦，咁就係一啲 key pose 啦，一個 rotoscoping 嘅片啦。咁你見到呢個就係個要 show 嘅嘢啦。咁呢個就係第一部分嚟嘅。咁應該都清楚，不過唔清楚都唔緊要嘅。我一路因為我哋其實一路上堂，其實我就會叫你哋開始做一部分出嚟睇下㗎啦，所以唔需要太擔心。即係一路堂上我要你做嘅時候咧，咁你跟住做咧，你就會慢慢掌握到究竟嗰樣嘢係啲乜嚟㗎啦。好，咁我而家咧就會轉翻做我哋個 notes 先啦。So we will go back to our notes, okay, and explain the second assignment. Okay, so let me switch back here. 係啦，sorry 啊，去翻。第二份功課，好啦，第二份功課咧就有啲特別啦，我哋就有啲有趣嘅地方啦。咁咧，第二份功課咧，我哋就同一間公司合作，同一間公司合作。咁咧，呢間公司咧好好啦，咁樣俾咗啲機會我哋啦。咁一嚟啦，其實呢個都係個好嘅機會，咁等你哋咧可以儲下 portfolio 啊。係啦，儲下 portfolio。咁你話，我幫我呢間公司做啲嘢。咁其實咧，呢間公司係咩公司嚟嘅咧？佢就係做繪本嘅公司，做繪本嘅公司。咁咧，佢咧就已經做好晒啲 graphics 㗎啦。咁咧，然之後你哋要做啲咩咧？就要將佢整喐佢，係啦，整喐佢，即係 animate 咗佢。咁其實 exactly 就係你呢科要學嘅嘢啦，係嘛？因為本身繪本係點㗎？唔喐㗎嘛啲嘢。靜㗎嘛，即係因為繪本係一種畫嚟㗎嘛，靜態㗎嘛。咁你咧嘅作用就要整喐佢咯喎。咁一樣啦，跟我頭先講嘅嘢咯。例如你個故事講到嗰幕咧，個主角係好驚嘅。咁繪本係 靜㗎嘛，唔喐㗎嘛。咁你就諗下啊，佢啲咩動作令觀眾知道佢好驚嘅咧？係啦。咁呢個咧就係、我哋嘅第二份功課啦。For the second assignment, okay, actually we have very good opportunity this time because we will be working with a company, okay, with a client, okay. A client, he will, actually the client, they're working on some children illustration book, okay. They got a series of the children book, but you know that they are all the illustration. They are still, they not animated, okay. So what you're going to do is you need to animate the illustration book and make it into an animation, okay. Actually they have done all the drawings, okay. They have provide me all the soft copy of the drawings, okay. What you need is you need to design the motion and then you need to animate the character in After Effects. Okay, so it's very good opportunity because you can put it in your portfolio. For example, you can tell the others, okay, when you go and have some interview in when you apply the university or apply a job, you can tell your interviewer that you have done some of the client project. Okay, so I think it's really good opportunity for you. But before we start this project, I need you to sign a document. Okay, sign a document, a confidential, the copyright document. Okay, because I am share some of the property from the client. Okay, which means they are all confidential. You cannot just share with your friend or you cannot sell the content to the others. Okay, so you need to sign a document later. OK，咁呢一個第二份功課咧，因為你同一個客合作嘅，咁個客好好啦，佢俾晒所有嘅原 copy 我嘅，其實即係佢本身嘅 PSD 嘅圖啦，佢全部俾晒我。咁大家咧遲啲咧到開始做呢個 project 之前咧，我要你哋簽一啲叫做保密協議嘅，即係就咁大家可能都聽過啦，就係你呢啲作品咧，你唔可以 share 出去嘅，即係你唔好話啊個公仔好得意啊，我 share 俾其他人，咁係唔得嘅，係啦，咁要即係大家要遵守翻呢個係嗰間公司嘅資產嚟嘅。咁你見到呢一個圖咧，就係嗰個 project 嚟㗎啦，呢個就係個客嘅一個嘅 animation。咁佢即係呢佢啲畫風咧，啲公仔就類似咁樣㗎啦。係啦，咁即係當然好似呢張圖咁樣咯，唔識喐嘅其實個公仔，咁你哋就要即係令到佢識喐咯，例如佢好開心，可能隻手會喐嘅，咁你咪要 animate 到佢隻手會識得喐咯。咁舉例好似呢張圖，隻船係會喐㗎嘛，係嘛，划緊船，咁你咪 animate 翻隻船識喐咯。Okay, so you can see this is some of the sample from this client, okay? But you can see that they are still, they did not move, okay? So you need to animate the character to make it move. For example, you can see the boat here, okay? So you can imagine, okay, the boat should be moved around, okay, just floating on the water, okay? So you need to animate it, okay? So this is some of the example. 好啦，跟住咧，至於 E.A 咧，錄走咗添，係啦 ，E.A 咧就係其實同 C.A 1好相似嘅。嗱，C.A 1咧就係做你嘅 final year project 啦，30秒嘅高潮嘅段落啦，就去做 rotoscoping 啦，跟住就畫 key pose 啦。咁其實 E.A 咧係一樣嘅，咁咧不過咧今次就有啲辛苦啦，你咧就要做完整條片嘅 rotoscoping 啦。嗱，頭先你見到嗰個唔係小朋友啦，即係頭先條 rotoscoping 片咧，你就見到個學生咧就扮俾狗追啦，咁啊追30秒啦，係咪？咁咧今次咧你哋咧 E.A 咧就要做晒完整成條片嘅 rotoscoping 啦，即係話如果你有條片3分鐘，你就拍晒3分鐘嘅 rotoscoping；你條片係2分鐘嘅，就拍咗2分鐘嘅 rotoscoping 嘅片啦。Okay, for the E.A, actually it's similar to CA1. Okay. Also talking about the rotoscoping and also the key pose. But for the EA, because EA is a final project. Okay. So for the EA, you're going to produce a full length of the rotoscoping video. For example, your animation is about 2.5 minutes, and then you need to finish a 2.5 minutes rotoscoping video. Okay. And also 60-second means 1 minute. Okay. Key pose animation. Okay, so CA is 30 seconds of key pose, 30 seconds of rotoscoping video. But for the EA, you have the full length of the rotoscoping video and also the 60 seconds of the key pose. 咁講下個功課啦，我驚你亂啦。嗱，CA1咧係做30秒嘅高潮嘅 rotoscoping 片，加同一個30秒嘅 key pose，即係30-30啦。EA 咧就會係做全條片嘅 rotoscoping 加60秒嘅 key pose， 係啦，咁正常啦。EA 叫得做 EA 啊，佔分重啲啊，係咪？咁即係做嘅嘢都多啲啦，咁所以咧你見到拍嘅片嘅長又長啲啦，做嘅 key pose 又會做長啲咁樣嘅，係啦。咁呢個就係我哋呢一科咧，其實我哋就得呢幾份功課啦，即係一個 CA1 啦，跟住CA2咧就係做繪本動畫啦，第3就係繼續你個 final year project， 不過就完整嘅 rotoscoping 片啦，加60秒嘅 key pose 咯。Okay, so that's all for the assignment, the project. Okay, 2 CA and 1 EA. Okay. So what I'm going to tell you for the second part, I'm going to talk about in this lesson is about the rotoscoping, right? Okay, so I'm going to show you some sample about the rotoscoping. I would like to show you this one first, okay, before I talking about it. Of course, this is the YouTube, but it's still the commercial TVC. So wait until it's end. 係啦，咁而家用播嘅廣告啊，咁等佢陣啦，係 skip 嗱聲咧，等等啊，就唔重要嘅條聲就係嗱，咁大家估唔估到呢段係咩嚟㗎？呢條片？呢條片咧係好耐以前嘅雪姑七友啦，迪士尼嘅動畫雪姑七友嘅 rotoscoping 啦。嗱，其實你睇以前即係1937年啦，即係呢個白雪公主，即係雪姑七友啦。咁其實就係咁樣去拍㗎啦。咁真係有個角色啦，扮到好似白雪公主咁樣啦。即係我好似頭先咁樣講啦。咁佢哋即係要模仿翻嗰幕係做緊啲咩，佢要做一次出嚟。即係所以你而家做緊嘅嘢咧，其實同以前人哋做嘅時候係一樣嘅。Okay, so you can see this is some very old footage, okay, showing you the very classic animation, the Snow White. Okay, you can see that this is the actress of the to act the Snow White, and then she will move like her. Actually, this is some of the animals. Okay, she tried to act like Snow White, try to move the animal backward. Okay, so she'd act like this. 咁所以你見到咧，原來好耐年前咧，即係都已經有人用緊呢個方法㗎啦。咁都唔係新發明嘅嘢嚟㗎啦。咁你見到呢個咧就係嗰個咩啊《木偶奇遇記》啦，係咪？咁佢一樣有演員去演啊。係啦，咁佢做晒啲動作係點啊？嗱，你睇下。So you can see the comparison, okay, between the actor. Of course, an actor is an actor, okay? The proportion of an actor is quite different from the character like this one. But you can see we're not chasing the motion, but we are studying the motion. okay, how they move, how the toes will move, how the body, how the cloth, okay. So you will see that, or how the head move, okay. So they will reference all this and apply in their own character. 咁例如 Cinderella 一樣嘅啫，咁佢哋會喺啲 studio 啦，即例如好似，所以頭先都見到啲學生就係其實都係用即係喺 DI 揾個空間去拍啦，咁你都係一樣啦。嗱，咁你見到呢啲片咧都係一樣啦，就係呢個係 Cinderella 啊嘛，佢咪做翻嗱呢一幕佢喺度做呢啲動作，佢真係去做一次嗰堆 motion 咯。咁呢有兩個角色嘅，咁咪有兩個演員咯。So you can see this is some of the example how they work, okay, in the Disney for the Disney animation, okay. 咁但係 Wendy 啊呢啲啊係咪 Peter Pan 啊？咁你見到真係有人喺度做戲喎，係啦。咁不過跟住佢就會印住啦、trace 翻啦嚟做咗個 animation 啦，係啦。咁你見到呢個好明顯就扮嗰隻小神仙啦、小仙女啦，係咪？係鐵鈎船長啦。係啦，咁我唔會播晒啦，因為其實條片都幾長嘅，7分鐘，咁我唔會嘥時間播晒啦。咁條片咧，其實我已經 upload 咗入去個 Moodle 裏邊啦，即係個 note 上面啦。咁其實你自己都可以即係再睇嘅，就嗱呢度都已經見到條 link 啦。咁其實你自己可以開入去度睇就已經可以噶啦。咁所以我就唔播晒啦。咁所以咧，點解咧？你哋有個咁嘅頭先嘅堂嘅安排就係點解你哋要去即係學 acting 啊？原來其實你發覺真係好需要去做 acting，你先就可以做到呢份功課啦。So that's why you can see that what is why we need to arrange the class like this. So 係啦，咁咩叫 rotoscoping 咧？其實 rotoscoping 咧，你就咁打個字啦，咁就係代表咧，你拍咗一條片，拍完條片咧就印翻出嚟嘅。咁當然啦，我哋又唔係話真係印嘅，即係叫參考個動作啦，去做翻出嚟啦。咁呢個就叫 rotoscoping 啦。Okay, so what is the rotoscoping? Actually, we need to take a reference video and chase the video frame by frame, okay? Just like what you see in the Snow White or Cinderella or the Peter Pan, okay? 咁其實當然啦，唔一定係你即係舊到頭先嗰啲迪士尼嘅動畫嘅，其實例如你而家你見到我呢個例子咧，就係Toy Story 啦。其實 3D 咧一樣要做 rotoscoping 嘅，即係唔好諗住，做 2D 先要做啫，我做 3D 嘅咪唔使做咯，唔係嘅，係做 animation，我唔理你做 2D 定 3D 都要做嘅。So you can see this is one example to show you not just the 2D animation we're using the rotoscoping techniques, but also in 3D animation. The Toy Story, okay, is one of the example. Okay, let me show it to you. 咁呢個未係嘅，我倒後少少啊。So let me show it some video at the back and talking about the rotoscoping things, okay? So let me check. Yes, over here. Okay, because if you watch the Toy Story 3, you will know that the Barbie, okay, the female character, she will look like hero, okay, in the almost at the end of the story in the climax sequence, okay. So you can see that how they reference some warrior. some female warrior and or some kung fu master, and they need to reference how they pose or how they fight, okay, so that they can animate the character in the animation. 咁你見到呢個咧嘅段落咧就係講 Toy Story 4嘅，咁你都知道芭比嗰隻公仔咧，佢哋有芭比咁樣嗰隻，即係呢個牧羊女咧，咁其實佢咪臨尾咧，佢咪會打鬥嘅，係啦。咁佢打鬥嗰幕咧，其實佢就係參考咗一啲電影功夫嘅，即係嗰啲演員啊，或者啲跳舞嘅舞蹈家啊，咁去參考佢動作去做嘅。咁我而家就俾你睇下啦。嗱，佢呢幕咧係啦，佢個形象就係一個戰士啦，係啦。咁所以咧係啦。呢啲咁樣嘅即係嗱，佢就參考咗嚟跳舞嘅人啦、體操運動員啦、一啲唔同嘅戲啦，去睇下佢點樣去做啲動作。So you can see that they reference a lot of different character, okay? Maybe they reference from some of the film, okay, or some of the dancer or the kung fu master, and see how they act, okay? So what I'm going to show you just this part, okay? So you can see how they think about the motion of this character. They reference to the dancer, kung fu master, and some character in the movie. 係啦，咁你見到呢啲就係佢哋嘅參考咯，睇下佢點樣做啲動作。係啦，佢行步路都好自信嘅，咁咪睇下佢原來咁嘅 movement 嘅，咁樣樣咯。係啦，咁所以咧，你留意翻 rotoscoping 啦，唔一定係 2D 嘅動畫先至會用啊，咁 3D 一樣都會用到嘅。咁係呢個都好得意嘅呢一條參考片啦，我覺得幾有趣，可以 share 俾大家睇下。咁咧嗱，亦都唔需要諗咧。有陣時咧，個角色明明係女角嚟嘅，咁跟住咧係咪一定要揾翻個女演員去演咧？我有時候覺得好嘅，即係如果你可以安排到一個女仔嘅角色，最好揾翻個女仔去演係最好嘅，因為男女大家都明白個動作、動態、肢體係唔同嘅。其實男仔行路、女仔行路好唔同嘅形態上，所以其實咧，我有陣時都會覺得，你如果嗰個角色係個女仔，你最好真係揾翻個女仔去做。例如你嗰個故仔係個老人家，如果你安排到你啲婆婆啊、爺爺嫲嫲方便嘅話，梗係最好係佢哋做啦，因為佢行路啲節奏咧先係最真實啊嘛。我哋扮老咧去行咧，扮極都唔似噶嘛，係咪？咁所以我都建議係嘅，但係有啲情況底下冇計啦。咁尤其是做 3D animation 嗰啲人咧，多數咧自己對住個電腦嘅，咁係真係冇嗱，好難揾一個人幫手拍嘅。咁佢哋多數會自己做翻，咁就有陣時都唔理男女啦，咁都 OK 啦，係啦，即係盡量揾到就揾啦。So sometimes you will see that for example in this reference, okay, the video. You will see that sometimes we will try to find the similar character, okay, for the rotoscoping. For example, if your animation is trying to animate an old lady, maybe an old lady is about 70 years old, okay, you can act like a 70 years old lady, but what is the best way is you can try to find your grandpa or grandma to help, okay? Because they will do much better than you. For example, if you want them to walk, instead of you pretend to walk like an old man or old lady, why not you ask an old man or old lady to walk for you? Okay, you can study the motion, the timing, the pacing, how they shake their hand, okay, how they're using the stick, okay, to walk, okay, it's very important. So if your character is a female character, I highly recommend you to find a female classmate or your friend to help you, okay, to take a video, because the gesture, the body language of a female or a male is quite different, okay, but in some time maybe you don't have friend to help, okay, just like this one, okay. So maybe you can still act by you。咁你見到呢條片咧，其實係呢個男人啦，但係佢就做翻晒出嚟。係啦，咁呢個就係個 animatic。其實你個情形咪就好似你哋而家咁樣樣咯。嗱，你哋今日手頭上有個 animatic 嘅，頭先我咪講咗，係咪？你哋即係嗱，你哋手頭上有個 animatic 噶嘛，咁你哋就要，但係你知道呢一幕發生咩事噶嘛？咁你個 animatic 好多時都冇畫得咁仔細噶啦，咁你就做翻呢一幕出嚟咯。咁跟住就開始做佢個 animation 啦。So you can see the comparison between the animatics and the rotoscoping. Sometimes the animatic is just a rough idea about what is this shot about, okay? But the detailed motion is here, okay? So you can see that the animatic and also the rotoscoping video, okay? You can see that the comparison, okay, between these two. 係啦，咁所以咧，其實我咧個 note 上面咧有好多我自己覺得幾有用嘅一啲片咧，其實大家自己可以即係再睇下㗎。即係嗰陣時落堂上面咧，即係因為時間關係啦，2個鐘啊，我就未必即係播得晒嘅時候咧，可能我就播部分啦，你自己可以返屋企睇晒佢嘅。So sometimes some video that I put it in the notes, they are very useful. But maybe the time is limited, okay, because we only got 2 hours, okay? If I cannot show you the full version of the video, okay, you can go ahead and looking by yourself and watch it at home, okay? 咁第一個咧，呢個人係乜人嚟嘅咧？呢個叫 Max 嘅人。咁其實頭先講啦，哇，其實 rotoscoping 呢一個 technique 咧，原來係唔係近呢10年啊，或者即係近年之後啲人即係冇嘢做揾嘢嚟諗，跟住嚟即係諗嘅一個方法嚟嘅。其實我先都有提過嘅，一開始上堂我都有講過，其實 rotoscoping 咧係有 develop 咗成100年㗎啦，已經係好耐好耐好耐歷史嘅。咁第一個人做呢一啲 rotoscoping 嘅人，佢叫咩名咧？就係呢一個人啦，就叫 Max。佢1914年。1914年，佢開始嘗試做 animation，用 rotoscoping 嘅方法去做 animation。所以1914年，今年係2020年，係咪100年前原來已經有人做緊呢一樣嘢啦？所以點解到 Toy Story 4係幾年前嘅作品，即係經歷咗咁多年100年，大家都覺得原來係好有用嘅嘢嚟嘅，所以 that's why 點解而家大家仲會繼續用咧？其實係好有用嘅嘢嚟嘅。So you can the first one that I'm going to introduce you is a very famous animator. He's called Max. Okay, because I has just mentioned that the rotoscoping has a very long history. Okay, over 100 years. Okay, actually Max is the first one who learned about the rotoscoping and apply the rotoscoping techniques into animation. Okay, he started working on the animation and using the rotoscoping techniques. Okay, since 1940. Okay, 1914. Okay, sorry. Actually, it's 100 years ago. Okay, so let's see his some of the work. 咁我哋睇下佢做嗰啲咩啊？咁我唔會播晒條片，又係太過長啦。倒後少少，有人嘅角色啊！ 嗱，咁你見到呢度咪有個角色嘅，嗰隻角色咧叫做 Coco， 係啦。咁咧其實佢就由呢一啱墨水走出嚟嘅，你當係精靈又好，乜都好啦。係啦，咁呢一個角色咧嘅動作咧，全部都用 rotoscoping 嘅方法咧去做出嚟嘅，即係你呢個動作咧係預先有你有個人去做咗，好似頭先你睇到嘅 Cinderella、Snow White 啊，咁去做，跟住然之後逐格 trace 翻個動作咧，就做咗呢一個角色啦。Okay, so you can see that this character is called Coco. Okay, this one is called Coco. Actually, he's some of the fairy in the ink. Okay, so the motion of this character actually is done by the rotoscoping. They just hire someone to be an actor and do all the acting, and then Max, the animator, will trace the motion frame by frame and finally produce this animation. Okay, so you can see that the motion is really, really smooth. Okay, 咁你見到所以咧個動作咧其實好流暢嘅，好順暢嘅，因為有得參考嘛。嗱，你睇佢行上行落，啲動作係好像真嘅，因為佢哋有真實嘅片段去參考啦。嗱，你可以睇下佢啲動作啊，係後面嗰度靚啲嘅，多啲動作。嗱，你睇下佢呢啲啦，跌落嚟，到行左行右，係嘛？你睇佢啲動作好流暢嘅，因為咧佢係可以用即係用 rotoscoping 嘅方法去畫咧，所以佢個動作好好嘅。So you can see that the motion is really, really smooth because they can reference the character. I mean, the real human being, okay, how they move, how they act, okay, so they can trace frame by frame. That's why the motion is really, really smooth, okay, so you can see the walk cycle, you can see the imbalance, okay, it's really, really nice. 係啦，咁你見到咧，即係用 rotoscoping 咧，出嚟個效果係好好嘅，係咪？同你憑空想像做咧，係完全差好遠嘅。你憑空想像嘅話咧，你做個動畫咧係唔會咁 smooth 嘅，係啦。咁呢個有另一個例子咧，都幾得意嘅其實。咁咧又係即係你好容易 compare 到啦，係啦。So you can see this is another example, okay? Actually, they reference with a professional dancer, okay? They reference the dance movement of the dancer, okay, so that they can trace the dance movement and draw the animation. 係啦，咁你見到咧就好搞笑嘅，係嘛？你見到咧，即係佢即係你我唔理你畫嗰個角色係乜啦，但係佢哋參考翻咧嗰啲動作就可以做到好 smooth 嘅，好靚嘅啲動作。嗱，咁我又唔播晒，因為咧啲片咧一般咧好幾分鐘啊，係啦。So you can see that actually they reference to an art dancer, but replaced with an art character. Okay, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how the character will look like. The most important thing is the reference is very important. Okay. I will not show. I may not have enough time to show the whole video, but no worry. Remember, the notes they are in Moodle. Okay, so you can watch by yourself at home when you have time. 咁跟住另外其實都好多動畫咧，佢哋估唔到嘅。其實原來佢哋都係用咗即係 rotoscoping 呢個技巧去做啦。咁例如 Betty Boot 呢個 animation 啦，我諗可能同我講個名你唔知啦，睇個圖你就知係咩角色噶啦。就係呢個角色啦。So actually, you will see that a lot of animation you cannot imagine. You don't know this animation actually is using the rotoscoping techniques. Okay, for example, this one. Actually is the character Betty Boot, and actually she's dancing the hula dance, and the motion is really, really nice because they also reference to a hula dancer. Okay, so that's why the motion is really nice. Okay, so I'm going to show you the sample. Okay, this is the animation.係啦，咁你見到呢個就係嗰條跳舞嘅片段啦。咁咧，當然咧個實際咧，咁個 reference 係點嘅咧？就係呢個啦。見唔見到呢個圖啊？咁佢哋嗰個作品咧，其實就係 reference 咗呢一個草裙舞嘅人啦嚇嘅女仔啦，咁佢就做到頭先 Betty Boop 嘅 animation 啦。咁你見到呢個咪就係頭先 Betty Boop 跳舞嗰啲舞步嚟嘅咯，其實係咪？佢哋就係參考咗呢一個即係跳舞嘅女子啦啊，跟住就做到頭先嗰個即係動作啦。咁所以你見到咧，哇好多動畫你估唔到地咧，原來係用呢一個方法去做咧，原來即係個效果係可以咁好嘅。咁白雪公主咁我好快高呼就算啦，因為頭先我都俾咗啲片嘅例子你啦，咁就係 show 緊 Snow White 其實都係用緊 rotoscoping 啦。So Snow White we will skip here because I've just show you in the beginning of the class, and I show you the sample of the Snow Whites. They're using the rotoscoping techniques also, okay? And you can also see the final result, okay? So you can see this is some of the reference video. I will just show you one shot. 我就係會播一個 shot 俾大家睇啫，就係頭先個推嘢，睇先啊。sorry 啊，你睇呢度。好啦，咁呢段跳舞啦，咁佢哋真係咧個白雪公主仔跳嘅，咁但係呢啲係小矮人嚟噶嘛，咁其實佢哋都係揾其他角色去扮演啦。嗱，咁其實你見到咧嗰個演員咧，其實一分幾個角色㗎，呢隻角色咧都係頭先啊白雪公主扮出嚟嘅，其實係啦。咁你自己可以自己再睇晒全段啦嚇。好，咁啊，我就唔播晒啦。嗱，呢度就有啲片段嘅，你自己去睇啦。So I will not show you the whole animation, but you can, if you haven't watched it yet, okay, you can watch here. 咁我就頭先就俾咗一啲即係一啲即係比較出名或者舊少少嘅動畫俾你睇啦。咁我其實仲有好多嘅，例如頭先都有見過，例如即係 Cinderella 啊，或者Peter Pan 啊，咁其實愛麗絲都一樣咧，佢哋有用到一啲即係 rotoscoping 嘅片去做啦，咁我都唔播啦。So you can see this is from the Alice in the Wonderland, and you can see they're also using the rotoscoping techniques. Okay, so if you want to watch this video, you can click here, and then you can watch it in the YouTube. Okay，咁呢個頭先睇咗一部分啦。好啦，咁呢個咧就係 Frozen 嘅其中一段啦。其實頭先都講咗啦，唔一定係 2D 動畫先至會用嘅rotoscoping 嘅，其實係啦。咁呢個都一樣有趣，嗱你可以睇下，男人嚟嘅又係， So you can see actually it's a guy. Okay, but actually he act like a little girl. 佢好唔開心啊！嗱，你見到你 body language 啲肢體語言係咪好好啊？即係嗱，你哋即係點解要學 acting？我就係想你哋放膽啲，即係唔好怕醜，係啦，做多啲動作，清楚啲，誇張啲。嗱，佢好失落，嗱，見到唉，坐低喺度。嗱，咁呢個就頭先個就好 rough 嘅 animation 啦。嗱，而家就再仔細啲啦。So you can see that no matter that is a guy, okay, but he act like this little girl, okay. He do some very exaggerated body language, okay, so that you can see the motion very clearly. This is the final rendering. So once you see that she's so disappointed like this, oh, she's disappointed, okay? So you can see that the body language, you can know that what she's thinking, okay? If the motion is very clear or the rotoscoping video is clear. 咁你見到好得意其實係嘛？即係原來好有用點樣去 apply 喺個動畫上，令到個動畫係好睇嘅。咁當然啦，呢個世界梗係唔止迪士尼即係會用 rotoscoping 呢個方法去做動畫啦。咁當然有好多其他 animation 都有用到 rotoscoping 嘅方法去做啦。So other than Disney, okay, actually a lot of animation they are also using the rotoscoping techniques, okay, to make the animation, okay. So let's see other example. 咁我哋試下睇下其他啦。咁我就講下啦，因為咧有陣時好簡單，如果你個角色係人，咁你梗係揾個人去演係最容易啦。但係咧喺有啲情況底下咧，你就有啲難度啦。例如果你個角色舉例係功夫熊貓嚟嘅，咁嗱第一件事你唔會揾隻熊貓去俾你拍 reference 啦，係咪第一件事？第二件事咧，功夫熊貓講打功夫噶嘛，咁。當然啦，你係如果自己去演咧啲功夫動作咧，就應該演極都唔好睇嘅，係咪？當然啦，有啲話唔係喎，隻熊貓就咁坐喺度嘅動作，攤喺度食嘢嘅動作，梗係自己可以演翻啦。但係如果係例如嗰隻功夫熊貓，隻熊貓佢要打功夫啦，咁我就梗係建議嗰個 moment 咧。就用一啲你可以上網揾到嘅一啲可能打功夫嘅片段啦，一啲武俠片嘅 reference 啊，去參考究竟睇下打功夫係點樣樣啦。所以我哋有啲時候咧，有啲動畫咧，我哋係唔會自己演嘅，因為你點演極都唔好睇啊嘛，係咪？點演都係差噶嘛，有時係，因為你都唔係個專業。例如你個古仔係講關於一個跳舞嘅角色嘅，咁我要你夾硬跳。咁咪核突咯，係咪？咁個效果又唔好啊嘛，係咪？咁我哋就會可能唔係自己拍啦，揾現成嘅，明唔明我意思啊？嗱，盡可能呢科嘅功課可以自己拍就自己拍，有啲情況底下冇辦法自己拍嘅，好似頭先講，佢專業嘅一啲 motion，一啲即係頭先我講跳舞啊、打功夫啊，真係我自己做唔到噶嘛。咁我就要用人哋嘅片啦。So sometimes when you're working on the animation, for example, I think most of you have watched the animation called Kung Fu Panda, right? The panda who can play the Kung Fu. Okay, so for this kind of situation, you cannot act by yourself because you don't know how to do the kung fu, right? You try to pretend to, but you're not an expert, okay? If you shoot some of the rotoscoping like this, the result is not that good, okay? Maybe you will find that once you capture the video, maybe you still think it's not so good, okay? So I would suggest you to using some reference from the internet or from the movie. For example, you want to shoot something about the kung fu, maybe you can reference to the kung fu film from Lee Xiaolong, okay, the Bruce Lee, okay, or any other martial arts master, okay, so that you can have a very good reference. For example, if your animation is talking about a dancer, okay, maybe a ballet dancer, but you're not a ballet dancer, you cannot dance like them, okay, so you cannot act by yourself. So in this situation, I will allow you to do some reference from the internet instead of shoot by yourself. Okay, so when you're working on your CA1 and also the EA, most of the rotoscoping video should be captured by you, should be acted by you or your classmate. For some of the situation, you are allowed to use the video from movie or online. Okay, just what I said. Okay, for some of the situation, you cannot act good. Okay, you cannot act like them. Okay, and then you can use some online resources. Okay，咁例如好似呢度啦。呢個咧就係專業跳舞嘅片段啦。咁咧，你真係唔識跳就唔識跳噶啦，係咪？你都冇理由自己夾硬走去跳啊，係咪？咁嗱，呢個就係一個片段俾你睇啦，就係佢哋即係揾一啲專業嘅舞蹈員跳一次啦。咁係咪跟住嚟做 animation 咯？嗱，你見到好搞笑啦，係嘛？呢啲就係咁當然好似呢啲頭先個 case 咧，即係我冇辦法拍片咧。咁我係咪有啲 background 嘅嘢咧就唔需要啦，係咪？同埋你話咁攞起個嘢飲，咁點解唔拍啊？咁簡單就真係唔使特登揾人去拍啦，係咪？即係我覺得複雜嗰啲就係頭先跳舞嗰啲動作，真係有專業嘅係做得好啲啊嘛。So you can see that the whole animation you see that most of the dancing scene they are captured from a professional dancer, but for some very simple movement they don't need. Okay, for example, picking the cup of something to drink. Okay, the cup of drinks, they don't need to have the rotoscoping. Okay. 係啦，咁我唔播晒啦，因為又播晒好長噶啦，所以我就話你自己睇嘅話，可以自己上翻我個 note 上面睇啦，大把片睇。好啦，呢個咧就係美人魚啦，係啦，咁仲有一啲嘢咧我都唔會 suggest 大家去拍嗱。咁呢個係啲咩嚟嘅咧？嗱，頭先就係話可以 capture 動作啦，係咪？主要即係我哋好多時係rotoscoping 係 capture 動作啦，但係亦都有啲時候咧，我哋用 rotoscoping 咧可以係 capture 面部嘅喎，即係例如你個角色有喜怒哀樂，咁其實我都覺得有陣時候當然啦，我就建議大家攞塊鏡翻學嘅，咁呢個我遲啲到我哋講 facial 即係面部表情嘅時候，我都會叫大家帶鏡翻學噶啦。咁但係呢個即係帶鏡翻學係一個方法啦，另一個方法就係錄低自己嘅表情。 係啦，扮翻嗰下嘅 motion，嗰個情緒，然之後錄低佢，再 study 下自己嘅面部表情點樣去做表情，咁然之後去做 animation 去用咯。Okay, so this one I just want to tell you that not just the motion, I mean not just the body language or gesture, you need to capture the video. Sometimes we also need to capture our facial expression. Okay, actually in later after 1 month or 2 months, okay, I will talking about the facial expression as well, and I will ask you to bring a mirror to school. Okay, bring a mirror with you. And then, because I want you to study your facial expression, how your eyebrow move, how your cheekbone will move, okay, how you open your mouth, okay, to show different expression, okay. So that's one way to do it. You're using a mirror, okay, so that you can looking at the mirror and see what is your expression. And also you can using your mobile phone or anything, you can capture your face. Capture a video of your face to showing that facial expression, and you can also study the muscle on the face. Okay, you can know how to animate the facial expression. Okay, so not just the motion, also need to reference somehow with the facial expression as well.咁你見到呢啲咧，嗱係嘛，都係啲 photoshopping 嘅方法啦。咁喺表情嗰度咧，我等錄俾大家睇下。就係呢度。So you can see this is some of the shot from the Little Mermaid. So you can see that I captured a facial expression, captured a video of showing the facial expression. So you can see that maybe her facial expression is quite exaggerated. You will find that, but you know that when you're working on the animation, mostly we need to have some very exaggerated movement and facial expression. 咁你見到可能有時可能佢個動作好誇張啊，啲面部表情好唔正常地誇張。咁但係你知啦，動畫嘅情形就係好多時就係咁噶啦，即係好誇張嘅，因為如果唔係觀眾會睇唔到啊嘛。係咪？咁所以你見到好似例如佢頭先呢個 case 咁樣樣咧，就係佢啲面部表情係非常之誇張嘅。係啦。咁例如佢唔開心啦，佢望隻眼睄左睄右。咁嚟呢啲 case 嘅話咧，其實我哋都好緊要嘅，我哋要 study 埋佢個眼珠望去邊啦，呢啲好緊要啦，係咪？係啦，咁我又唔特別睇晒啦。嗱，你見到即係睇埋少少呢度啦，啲表情啦。咁你當然見到啦，咁啲頭先隻龍蝦又唔使 capture 佢表情嘅。嗱，多數我哋會做咧，只會做主角嘅啫，因為主角嘅表情係複雜啲啦，多元化啲啦。咁一啲好似啲配角啊，我哋就未必會 capture 噶啦，其實。咁例如當然睇完咁多人哋做嘅作品啦，咁我哋即係。有冇同學仔都會做啲 photoshopping 嘅作品咧？係啦，因為可能大家會覺得，人哋professional 做，咁做得出嚟梗係靚啦。咁如果係我哋自己學生做嘅作品，又會做成咩樣嘅咧？咁我亦都可以俾一啲即係例子你睇啦嚇。等我陣啊，我開條片出嚟先。 So maybe you found that I show you some of the professional animation. They're using the rotoscoping techniques, but maybe you're wondering what is the animation which is done by our student, okay? How they animate, okay? What is the result, the final product, okay? Is that as high quality as what you see? Okay, so I'm going to show you some of the work from our student, okay? 等一陣啊，開緊。好，等我 share 個 screen 出嚟先。好啦，咁呢個係作品係4個同學做嘅，咁呢個係佢哋嘅 final year project 嚟嘅。咁成個佢 final year project 咧，就係利用 rotoscoping 呢個方法咧去製作成條片出嚟嘅。係啦，咁你見到裏面嘅故事裏面有好幾個角色嘅，咁其實佢哋就動用咗嗰啲咩表姐弟妹啊嗰啲咧，就幫手去做嘅。So you can see that this whole animation they are using the rotoscoping techniques to finish the whole animation. All the characters here they are captured by someone, okay, using the actor to do it. They ask for the help from their relative, okay, their cousin, okay, to act exactly what they need, okay, for example, to put on the jacket, to put on a hat, okay, they also need the actor to do exactly the same.咁你見到你呢個沖茶嘅畫面咧，佢都係真係沖茶嘅。其實呢條片嘅後邊咧，佢有少少 making of 咧，你可以睇到佢哋當時製作嘅啲畫面嘅。So you can see that actually you can see the some of the reference shot at the end of this animation. You will see how they shoot this video. 咁嚟佢晾衫啦，都係真係拍翻晒個晾衫嘅畫面嘅。係啦，嗱sorry 呢段片都冇個 making of 咁，但係咁啱我咁啱冇嘅呢條，係啦，咁唔緊要啦，因為我都唔知有嗰條放咗喺邊，係啦，咁跟住咧，係啦，咁當然啦，我自己覺得啦，咁有啲情形底下咧，可能好似而家咁。與其要你哋而家拍，因為好似而家咁樣疫情啦，咁我都未必想你哋出街去做啲好危險嘅嘢啦，係咪？咁所以咧，有陣時候咧，我都會即係我覺得有啲網上面嘅 reference 嘅 video 咧，即係都幾好嘅，俾你哋去做咧，我覺得都可以自己參考下睇下嘅。其實，咁呢度咧就好多個 link 啊，你記唔記得？都係有人拍咗噶啦，咁你可以參考用到嘅就用咯。咁例如等陣啊，轉緊個畫面俾大家睇。咁呢個咧係唔同坐嘅方法。係啦，咁呢個係唔同坐嘅方法啦。嗱，你見到咧，其實即係變咗原來我頭先講啦，好似行路咁。唔同人有唔同行路嘅方法，開門有唔同人開門嘅方法。咁你間個 character 係咩咧？ So you can see this is a really good reference, okay? Actually, there are a lot of online resources you may reference to. For example, this is a video to showing different ways to sit. Okay, different character, they have different personality or they have different situation. Okay, they will sit in different ways. Okay, so you can see that it's very important when you're doing the motion design. You have to think about what is the most appropriate motion of this character to do some action. Okay, so you have to think about it. 係啦，咁你見到呢度好多啲 online 好好嘅片，咁其實佢仲有好多嘅，即係呢個咧，如果你 click 入去咧，so you can just click to this character, this guy, okay, Calvin Perry. Actually, he got a lot of online, very good online resources. They got a lot of different ways, okay, 50 ways to jumps, and then you can see 50 ways to jump in and swim, okay, 50 ways to go to sleep, 50 ways to text, okay, so you can see that a lot of different options. So when you're working on your own, you can try to looking at the video first, and maybe you can got some idea how to plan the motion, how to design the motion. 咁呢個咧人咧好勁嘅，即係我自己睇過佢好多嘢。咁其實你可以 click 翻入去啦，呢個叫做 Calvin Perry 啦。咁其實佢唔止拍咗頭先嗰個坐嘅唔同嘅方法啦，佢仲做咗好多唔同嘅片嘅，例如50個方法即執嘢啦，攞住啲嘢啦，50種 text message 嘅樣啦，即係你會見到佢有好多個 idea。咁可能某程度上咧，你份功課之前可以睇下佢嘅 reference，先至再去諗你自己嗰啲片點拍咧，都未嘗唔係一件好事，即係其實係好事嚟，我覺得好參考嚟，我覺得。咁我個 note 上面大把呢個 link 係啦，你可以自己望嘅。So you can see this is all from the same YouTube channel, okay? 50 ways to sit, 50 ways to fall, 50 ways to jump, 50 ways to say goodbye, 50 ways to eat, okay? So you can see a lot of different reference, okay? It's really good for you, okay, if you don't know how to start. 咁呢個 website 咧就好多，即係我 list 咗好多啦。咁如果你真係唔知點樣開始啊，點樣去做啊，或者你都冇頭緒，可以不妨睇一啲 link 去睇下人哋點樣去做咯。咁跟住當然啦，咁你睇咗啲咁嘅 reference，你覺得好啊，咁你梗係做 download 咗落嚟，你咪可以攞嚟即係得閒再睇啦，咁樣做 reference 啦。咁呢度咧就啲 link 咧教你點樣去 download 啲 video 嘅，即係啲 YouTube 片啊，係啦。咁例如你可以裝呢個 online video downloader 啦，咁但係要裝 Firefox 嘅，係啦。咁你就會裝咗落個 Firefox 度咧，咁跟住咧你就可以好似呢度咁樣啦，撳一撳呢一個掣咧，咁就可以 download 咗條片啦。咁當然啦，可能其他同學仔又識得其他嘅方法，都可以 download YouTube 嘅一啲參考片嘅，咁你都可以參考即係做出嚟嘅。Okay, so you can see that sometimes when you find some very good reference video, okay, you may want to download it, okay, because maybe you will reuse it. Okay, somehow. Okay, so you can using different ways to download your video. For example, you can using I sometimes will use different downloader to download some of the video. Okay, sometimes I'm using this website. Okay, the one to make okay but that actually there are a lot of advertisement, okay, but you can still use it to download some of the reference video. So actually you got different video, okay, and different source, okay, you can download it. 好啦，咁跟住咧 download 完啦，好啦，咁呢個就係有啲唔同嘅方法啦。咁我等間先再睇啦。咁俾多少少嘅一啲 work 大家睇下啦。咁當然啦，我哋又唔係一 條 animation 係用過 rotoscoping 啦，咁係好多以前嘅同學仔嘅作品咧，都曾經做過 rotoscoping 嘅方法去做 animation 嘅，係啦，咁所以咧我都 show 俾你睇啦。咁頭先我終於揾到條片，應該咧有個片尾嘅，睇下先啊，係咪呢個先？呢個都冇嘅，唔緊要啦。有啦呢個。好嗱，頭先我咪俾咗條作品你睇咧，個 animation 啦，就我哋以前同學仔做嘅作品啦。咁佢係個 making of 呢度有條，咁我可以 show 埋俾你睇啊。Okay, so you have just watched this animation, right? Actually, they have got some of the making of at the end of this animation. So I'm now showing you the making of, so you can see how they capture the video. Okay, so this is the relative, okay, the friend. Okay. If you still remember the scene, they're reading the books. Here's some of the shots that you can see here. Okay, you can see this shot, right? The using the teapot thing. Okay, the reading books, you can see this one already, and teapot, this one. Okay, so you can see the reference here.咁呢啲都係佢哋做咗嘅 reference 片啦。好啦，咁我再 show 俾其他咧，都係我哋以前嘅同學仔咧，有用到 rotoscoping 嘅 reference 嘅。So I'm now going to show you some of the reference. Okay, actually they are all done by our student. Okay, they're using the rotoscoping techniques. Okay, to do this animation. Okay, so let me share the screen with you. Sorry, this one. So you can see this animation, okay, the one at the middle, actually, they're also using the rotoscoping techniques, okay, to do this animation. Okay, so that is the animation. 係啦，咁呢個係其中一段啦。即係咁當然啦，未必係佢唔係成個動畫都係用 rotoscoping 嘅方法嘅，但係其中即係一 part 啦，佢哋用咗 rotoscoping 嘅方法去做咯，係啦。咁其實我哋嚟緊嘅幾堂啦，我哋都會想你哋即係試下，即係做呢個即係用下 rotoscoping 嘅方法去做嘅。咁所以咧，我哋由即係下個星期啦，即係或者上埋即係下個星期你哋開始上 acting 嘅堂啦。咁跟住你學咗少啲 acting 嘅概念咧，咁可能咧我就會係要你哋咧自己拍一啲片啊。咁你話咁我而家喺屋企咁點做啊？都係一樣拍得到嘅。咁你哋可能即係揾啲嘢啦，去固定你個手機啦。咁其實可以用手機拍都得噶啦，因為我哋其實攞嚟做一個參考嘅啫嘛。咁你而家手機其實拍片都已經好靚噶啦。咁你只需要揾一個手機，即係啱到手機夾嘅腳架啦。跟住然之後就放咗你嗰個夾好咗你嘅電話啦，然之後咧就拍一啲 reference 咯。咁我哋嚟緊就會要你哋做呢一啲嘢啦。So for the coming few weeks, okay, although you're of course, you learned how to do the acting, to how to know how to act like your character. At the same time, I also need you to do some of the rotoscoping. You need to capture some video by yourself. What you need is a tripod, maybe a very small one. You can using the tripod, but the tripod you need to have a very special holder, the mobile holder, okay, so that you can put the mobile holder to the tripod so that you can hold the mobile on your tripod and then you can capture a video for yourself. Okay, so we will do some of exercise like this. Okay, even you are at home at this moment. Okay, so maybe for this week I have a little assignment for you. Okay, in this week, although we will see it again on Thursday, but for this week, okay, I will ask you to buy a very cheap tripod, okay, which can hold the mobile phone, okay。咁啊，今個星期咧，我有少少嘢要你哋翻屋企準備嘅，唔係今個禮拜四要，我想下個禮拜大家準備嘅，因為咧我哋就算 even 喺屋企都好啦，因為其實頭先你都見到咧好多嘅 reference 嘅參考咧，其實啲人都喺自己屋企拍嘅啫嘛，其實係咪？咁所以咧，其實你哋喺屋企一樣可以做嘅。咁你話啊，唔係屋企好細會做唔到，咁你試下落屋企個平台啊，落屋企樓下個門口，即係我唔想你去得遠，係咪？咁但係你都可以屋企嘅走廊啊都可以嘅喎，其實係咪？咁去拍啲簡單嘅 reference。咁我想你要準備嘅嘢係乜咧？係一個好平嘅啫，就 OK 嘅啦，唔使買啲好貴嘅，好平嘅一個腳架。係啦，咁好平嘅腳架咧，跟住但係佢要夾到手機嘅，係啦，即係腳架咧正常一般就普通相機腳架啦，咁但係手機嘅腳架有咩特別咧？其實就下面就冇乜分別嘅嗰幾隻腳，係啦，不過上面嗰個夾電話咧，佢係一個夾嚟嘅咯。即係如果大家有影過相咧，你都知道相機咧其實下低即係或者你哋做 stop motion 嘅時候咧，記唔記得你成 one 嘅時候咧？咁你哋都知道我哋咪有個應該可能你哋有噶嘛？成 one 嘅時候你哋咪做 stop motion 嘅時候，你哋咪有嗰個夾嘅，係啦，其實用翻嗰個就 OK 啦，你可以攞翻出嚟就得噶啦。即係當然啦，你話唔見咗就冇辦法啦，咁你就要買個啦。OK，I just recorded when you study in year 1, semester 1, you're working on the stop motion. You still remember it? You also need to have a tripod for your mobile phone, okay? If you got that one, fine. You don't need to buy a new one, okay? You can just reuse it, okay? So we can use it in this module as well to help you to capture the reference video, because sometimes in some of the exercise, maybe in next week, I will ask you to capture some of your own video at home. Okay, maybe I will ask you to do some of the motion. I will not tell you now because I will give you a surprise in next week. So I will tell you next week, but you have to prepare all the material you have. You need a tripod which can hold a mobile phone. And then I will ask you to capture some of the video, and then you need to do some of the key pose drawing. 咁我唔話俾你聽，下個禮拜我要你拍乜啦，咁俾啲神秘感大家啦。咁但係今個禮拜咧，我希望大家咧，即係有時間準備嘅，我唔係星期四要啊，係啦，下個禮拜先要。咁跟住大家就要準備個小嘅腳架啦。咁用翻成 one part stop motion 嗰個都得㗎啦，夾電話嗰個咧。咁跟住我就會話俾你聽要拍啲乜。係啦，有啲咩動作你要做，係啦，跟住拍咗佢，然之後教你點樣去做 key pose 咁樣咯。大概有冇唔明要做啲咩？其實我冇特別交課要你做，只不過想你準備一個腳架啫。So I don't have something asked you to do in this week. I just want you to prepare a tripod in next week. Okay, for next week lesson. Okay, because I will have some exercise. I need you to do it, okay, during the class, okay? 好，咁如果冇問題咧，嗱，我其實個 CS 咧都係俾你立兩嘢啫，係咪？因為你哋都即係都對，即係齊晒人，咁就應該冇乜問題㗎啦，其實。So I just I'm sorry.